because, quite frankly, we have a problem tonight, and our problem is that we've got TCI also here this evening, and along with the TCI, we've got Continental Cablevision of Elmhurst is here for their news program on high school sports. They have a kind of a news feature report show that they do, and they're here too this evening. Big game, Glenbrook North and New Trier. Not as big as it really should be, however, because New Trier is faced with growing problems. They have 7 players out this evening, 5 on suspension for disciplinary reasons and 2 on injuries. Rick Weil and Ed Ender are out on the injuries. Our good friend Bert Groner, the announcer for TCI, over here to our right. And we're ready to get underway. Referee tonight is Jim Voltanek, Dave Tucker, and I forget who the other linesman is. I'll get it in a bit. Draw is won by Glenbrook North at the red line. Over to the near side. Keller back and cleared right back out. Fed ahead. Mackay had it catch up in his skates a little bit. Over to the far side. Here's Fisher right through. Near side, Mackay. Max Fisher in, shoots and scores! Max Fisher puts it home, picking it up on the corner. I'm putting it past Sam Eaton. And it's 1-0, just that quick in favor of Glenbrook North. We're starting to see a little daylight in the chase for the top spot. Highland Park, Lake Forest, and Loyola staying relatively close, but New Trier now has fallen by the wayside following their loss to Lake Forest, and their anticipated problems tonight should drop them pretty much out of contention for the playoffs, for the divisional title, something that they have in recent years pretty much owned here in the division, but not the last 2. Last year they finished 4th, which was the lowest they had finished ever as a combined team, the green team. And they look to be about the same spot again this year, 4th or 5th in the division. Held in the zone by New Trier, that's John Patience. Patience fed it up ahead. Near side, Steve Wolf tried to dump it in the zone. Kaluzna. Now Patience with the shot and the save. Todd Herman tonight in goal for Glenbrook North. It's the first time on our broadcasts, the first time that we've actually seen Herman play. We've usually seen the 3rd Fisher brother, Phil Fisher, out there in goal. Harley and Max, the forwards of the family. Out to the high slot. Pearsall keeps it in the zone. Lifschultz to the far side. Out to the point. And now Lifschultz, far side, and they push it along and cleared the length of the ice and picked up by Pearsall. Pearsall ran it right into Heath in the corner. There's a shot to save, backhander, and that just dribbles wide. I think Eaton missed that, but it was wide anyway. Kless kept it in the zone, and now the Trevians clear it. Keller goes to the corner with Lifschultz. To the far side, Keller and Lifschultz. Now Kless. Keller, there's a quick shot off the side of the net. The save into the slot and a little game of football. A scrum, as it were, into the goalie crease, but Herman holds on. This is high school hockey, yours on Metro Chicago Sports Network. Seafeld dumps it diagonally to the far side. Cleared out to the point. Seafeld dropped past it to the point. There's the shot and the save by Herman. Lewin tried to center it, ran into traffic. Back behind the goal to the far side, Jamie Ori. Ori will break out. That was a standing breakout. Into the zone, Ryan Kelly offside. Glenbrook North Spartans offside. Press boxes are not made for two-hole television crews covering play-by-play. Lifschultz clears out. Now here's Jason Romero offside, way offside. Keller clears it out to center ice. Kless has it at the red line. Take it to the far side and cleared over here to the near side and back into the Glenbrook North end. That's where Steve Kless has it. Kless ahead and picked up by the Trevians. Back to the Glenbrook North blue line to the far side and cleared up for Keller. Keller. Now the Trevians dump it in. Kless. Steve Kless back behind his goal. Sent to the far side. Up ahead. Ori had his pocket picked. There's Maelstrom, the long shot, and the save, and held on. It looks like we may have a real Donnybrook for the 6th and final playoff spot in the upper bracket, which is the Scholastic Cup bracket. There are 2 cups that the whole league battles for, the Scholastic Cup and the Founders Cup. And we will have, it looks like there's going to be a real battle between Stevenson and Evanston for that last spot. And the way New Trier died, I would think that they would probably, they might well fall into that as well. It certainly would be an embarrassment for the Trevians green team to have them end up in the Founders Cup bracket, but there is that possibility. They're only 2 points up on Stevenson now. Back into the zone. Wrapped around to the far side. Held in the zone by the Spartans. And they battle along. Patience. Patience has it in the corner. John Patience tries to clear it out of the zone. Pop free. Ended up on Patience, and he had his pocket picked by Alan Zaire. Trevians control in the corner. Now picked away by the Spartans. Aaron Bakai, and he lost it and cleared by the Trevians. Kaluzna. Far side. Grunfeld tried for the forecheck right into the slot. Ori pop free. Keller. Jamie Ori. Near side. Pass was up ahead for Dominic Volpe, and that missed, and all the way down into the Spartans' end. Back behind the goal line. Brought to the near side. Tried to dump it back, and that was busted up, and now the puck frozen underneath. Oops, take that back. We got a penalty for charging coming up. Jim Votanek whistles it down. Charging the call against Andy Weinberg. Andy, one of the many heavily penalized players on the Spartans. Last time we checked, he had something like 70 minutes in penalties on the season. Although that's one statistic in the league that I do not keep, is the year by year the penalized players, mostly because the records are so incomplete that we never really had it. Short shot and a save. Right into the slot. Now here's Keller with the shot. The save with the pad by Herman, but I think it was a blindside pad save. I don't think he really saw that. Here come the Spartans back the other way into the zone. Back behind, there's the centering, there's the back shot, and just a little wide. Third shot, and again, I think Eaton might have gotten a piece of that. Here's Keller. Near side, Malmstrom. Give it go back to Keller. Keller got pushed down by Lifschultz. Max Fisher by himself got the shot away. The save by Eaton. Near side, Malmstrom. Trevians have it. Fed ahead. There's big shot by Marte. Booms high and wide. Near side, Malmstrom tried to back center a pass, and that was broken up by Jason Romero and fed back down to Trevians end. Bill Heath has it. Heath set it to the far side. Bernier, Matt Bernier, just on his first centering pass, then got it on the second one. Seefeld to Wolf on the near side. Seefeld, Wolf. Wolf pushes it along with his skate with Jamie Ori on him. Aaron Bakai comes in to help. Get it out to the blue line and dump back to the corner. Back out to the near point. There's the shot by Patience and the save by Todd Herman. A fairly decent crowd on hand, but smaller than we thought. After all, this was the game of the week to watch this week on Sports Channel, and yet the crowd not as large as we thought it would be. Maybe because it's a Wednesday night so close to finals. Penalty is over now. Kaluzna. Dave Kaluzna trying to find Jason Romero. Look at the standing breakout. See the player standing there at the face-off circle? Worst place, we still do standing breakouts. I don't know why coaches are still teaching that. Everywhere else, they've stopped doing that pretty much. Here we still do standing breakouts right through the slot. Near side, Trevians, Wolf. Dumped it into the zone. Turned out to be a shot on goal. Picked up by Ori. Jamie Ori. Near side. Kaluzna. Now picked up by Marte. And what the Trevians have done is precisely the reason why most teams have abandoned that standing breakout. Very easy for those forwards to come in and break up the breakout, forcing a dump out of the zone, as just happened there. Or the other thing that it does is it allows the attacking team to get in there and keep it deep in the zone. I think what we really need to start doing is start teaching the flow. Keller tried to dipsy doodle his way in. Now there's Malmstrom, the shot, and a great glove save down low by Herman. You know, we just need to do more instruction on the standard play here. I mean, it may be great for the little kids to teach the little kids teach what a breakout is, but by high school age, we should be teaching them how to flow on that breakout, or as the college coaches call it to me, is finding the open ice. A shot from the point and the save by Herman here. In fact, that's their biggest complaint about all freshmen coming in to college hockey, is the fact that freshmen are used to going with the puck and the end-to-end ice and all that other stuff, and they're not taught how to find open ice and play for the shot. Quick shot off the backhand, and the save by Herman, 2 shots and 2 saves. Bouncing puck. Marte. He had it popped away from him. Now, Peter Marte to the corner. Gave the puck in the corner and nothing done with it near side. Aaron Bakai. Bakai into the zone. Keller. Mike Keller. Centered. The shot, the direction to the corner. There's a shot just wide. Near side. Keller in the slot to the far side. Out to the point. There's the boomer and the save by Herman, and now he'll clamp it as it ricochets off the boards and comes back towards him. And Herman holds it. We'll have a face-off on that far side.
I never understood what he said outside.
You are watching high school hockey down the network line. We have a change in our schedule. Our next scheduled game had been the Deerfield Highland Park game. We have changed that. It will be Loyola Maroon versus Evanston. Please be advised of that change. Our next game on the network is Loyola Maroon versus Evanston instead of Deerfield Highland Park. Into the zone and right back out. Wrapped around to the near side. Volpe got bumped. Again on the near side and cleared out by the Glenbrook North Spartans. Heavy check in there by Heath. Ended up, I think his stick got caught up a little bit. Now Kelly got tied up with Heath. Bernier got bumped from behind. Dominic Volpe right into the slot. A shot, a goal! And it's 2-0.
Glenbrook North goal was scored by number 28, Andy
Weinberg gets the goal. And Volpe the assist. And it's 2-0. One thing to watch on these Trevians, after they get down by about 2 goals, they have a tendency to collapse. We'll see if that happens tonight. Get down by a couple of goals and they don't come back. That's because they really don't have as much scoring as one would expect for this team. This is a good skating team, a lot of raw talent here. It hasn't had over the years a lot of discipline to it on the ice, that is, ice discipline. At least not since Bob Kelly coached the team back in the late 80s, about 6 years ago. Near side,
We don't have to worry about that.
Jason Romero and Harley Fisher cleared out to center ice. Kless tried to dump it into zone. Kless does dump it in over on that far side. Picked up by Malmstrom. Malmstrom fed it ahead. And Bernier near side and cleared out to center ice. Back into the north end. That's picked up there by Lifschultz. Marte. Marte with the shot. The save from the left wing. Give and go play. Harley Fisher offside. Max Fisher, I believe, was in ahead of the play over on that far side. Minute 35 to play here in the first period. 2-0. Favor of Glenbrook North.
Go, Dave. I wouldn't dignify you with a response.
The draw is controlled by Glenbrook North to the near side and cleared On ahead, here's Heath. Heath
Miami
cleared it out,
and
and now picked up by Wolf. Wolf, give and go play in to the far side. Whoops. And the pocket picked a little bit. Mackay. Pearsall got some high sticks over here on the near side. Mackay and Wolf got their sticks up on each other. Nothing called. I don't think there really was a penalty in there anyway, but looked nice. Here's Lewin. Tried to sweep into the zone, and Jamie Ori got in the way. Aaron Mackay, there's a shot, boomed high and wide. To the far side, Rick Seefeld out to the point. Jamie Ori back to the corner. Alan Zier on him and flipped out of the zone by accident right into the New Trier contingent.
Oh, yeah.
Nearly hit Rick Seefeld's mother over there. I think it hit Mrs. Watts, actually.
Lazy game.
Chris Watts' mother.
We should be dominating this thing.
38 seconds to play here in the first period. 2-0, favor of the Glenbrook North Spartans.
They were 20.
Out and cleared, Kless at his own blue line. Fed it ahead for Kelly. Kelly dumps it into the zone with Andy Weinberg. Weinberg and Patience, and he's ridden off the play. Weinberg by Patience. And cleared back into neutral ice. Lifschultz fed it ahead. Puck kind of gets caught up in the air a little bit. And back into the zone, and that's going to do it for the period. At the end of the first period of play here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network, the score is the New Trier Trevians Green Team nothing, Glenbrook North 2. We'll be back with the second period in just a moment. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Trier Trevians Green Team and the Glenbrook North Spartans.
See, he's complying with the rules where you have to have
The face-off
It's not quite on.
coming up to start the second period of tonight's action. We've, of course, switched ends. New Trier going from right to left, and Glenbrook North from left to right. On your screen, there's the draw. Brought to the near side. And controlled by the Trevians right back out. Here's Keller. Mike Keller, the blast, the save by Herman. I mean, this is so typical of. I heard this comment. There's been a lot of talk on the Highland Park team about recruiting of one of the players to Ohio State. That's not the varsity at Ohio State that is recruiting him. That's the junior varsity, which is nothing more than a club team. I mean, that's really the club team is what the junior varsity is at Ohio State. So, I mean, it's the same as going to the University of Illinois. So all this talk about quote-unquote recruitment at Ohio State is crazy. You know, it's not true. Ryan Kelly right into the slot all the way through to the far side, Kless. But of course they call it the junior varsity to make it sound better, to try and get players. Cleared out to center ice. Brought to the near side, Lifschultz. Back over to the far side, cleared ahead, ran into traffic. And now popped free. Back behind the goal line to the near side. And now controlled by the Trevians. That's Marte. Marte cleared it out to center ice. Here's Bernier. Bernier, there's the shot, the save. Jamie Ori. Ori to the near side. Ori brings it up the zone. Ori takes the shot. That boomed a little wide. That's Zier. Picked up, cleared up the zone. Oops, offside. offside, or making a hand pass against New Trier, and that'll whistle it over and whistle it down, and we'll have the face-off over on that far side.
Shut up.
So the face-off coming up over there on that far side. There's the drop and the draw. Is controlled by Glenbrook North, brought to the near side, dumped into the zone deep by Romero, far side, out to the point. And Trevians knocked it down. Cleared out to center ice, dropped past it over here to the near side. And I believe it's played with a high stick. Something along that line. Played with a high stick or some such thing. We'll whistle it down. You are watching high school hockey here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. And the face-off coming up. And the draw is controlled by the Spartans. There's the big boomer. That's wide. Cleared out to the far side. Brought into the zone. There's the shot and the goal! Hit the glove. Couldn't hold it. Drew the glove and in. And Steve Wolf makes it a 2-1 game. 11:44 the second period, time of the goal. Little dying quail that Herman grabbed hold of. He just couldn't keep it in the glove. And it went over and in. The draw to the near side. Pearsall. Fed ahead Seafelt. Seafelt to the far side. And here come the Trevians again. Bakay takes it back the other way. Aaron Bakay. Oh, take that back. Harley Fisher. That was Harley Fisher who brought it in. Fisher with the shot, the save. Harley, that is, with the shot, the save. Seafelt. Rags it back out to the point. There's the shot, ran into traffic, and it actually left the rink. So we lose a puck and gain a face-off. The face-off coming up on that far side, right where we lost it. This is high school hockey on the Metro Chicago Sports Network, all the way down our network line. Glad to have you with us today, tonight. So welcome to our stations on our network. Again, remember our game next week has been changed. It is not Deerfield Highland Park as originally scheduled. Instead, it will be Loyola Maroon and Evanston. Loyola Maroon and Evanston, our game next week. Brought to the near side, here is Bernier. Bernier with the shot off the backboard. Keller fed it to the near side, Bernier, and he got bumped pretty heavily. And down they go. A little game of shinny going on down there. Back out to the point. There's the long shot by Malmstrom in the save. Romero. New Trier with their numbers problem tonight. They'll have guys playing all sorts of different positions. New Trier offside. They'll have guys playing all sorts of different positions with 7 guys out. And what's also difficult about this sort of condition here for New Trier with their numbers problem tonight is that you'll find that that the players are not the regular players on a line. That is, the whole line isn't out there on the ice, so you'll find guys playing on the wing that don't know where the pass is or anything else. So don't be surprised through this. Now, in addition to that, even the coach is out tonight. Dave Cromer got a 1-game suspension in our game last week, and this is the next game for New Trier, so he must sit his 1 game. There's a shot and a goal! Max Fisher gets his second. Max Fisher puts it home, and it's 2-0. Or 3-1, rather. 3-1 the score in favor of Glenbrook North. So tonight, New Trier is missing Chris Wax, Alan Polsky, Steve Jennings, Chris Cherubini, and there's another player that's out, and I don't remember who it is on suspension. Off the top of my head here, Rick Weil and Ed Ender on injuries, and there's one more player that's also missing, and I don't remember who that is. Out to the point, held in the zone by Pearsall, deep to the corner, and now right back out. Here come the Glenbrook North Spartans to the far side. Harley Fisher, Alan Zare. Centered right in front, shot a goal! Harley Fisher, just that quick. And as we said, New Trier has a tendency to collapse a little bit, and now they appear to have started that collapse, and it's a 4-1 Spartan lead. I believe that's 4-1. Something like that. One thing that that I notice that's missing in New Trier, in high school hockey, I'm thinking about it because I'm thinking about New Trier, but it's true throughout high school hockey, and that is the emotion and the intensity in play. I think players think that emotion is bad, that emotion creates misconduct penalties. I think that's really what it is. Misconduct penalties, major penalties, emotionalism is out of control. And I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think it's intensity is one thing. Discipline is something else. Ice discipline is something else. You know, one thing I don't see among players is intensity. Or maybe it's just that the skating skills are not as strong as they used to be. Jason Romero, there's the shot, the save by Eaton. It's Bernier, near side. Oh, got a high stick. That could be even a major here on Maelstrom. Got whacked pretty good by Ryan Kelly, and he will sit for 2. It appears to be 2. Ryan Kelly, a minor for high sticking, apparently.
Penalty number 19, Ryan Kelly, 2 minutes for high sticking.
Sent to the far side. And cleared out to center ice all the way down into the Trevians end. That is Pearsall. He'll set up the power play. See, there's that standing breakout I was talking about. He was standing there waiting for the pass. Lewin into the zone. That's really not, that's something that's not the player's fault, standing breakouts. That's coaching. And I'm not necessarily knocking coaching. I don't know that the coaches haven't taught not to do that, but perhaps it's the players that aren't following instruction. This opportunity, we'll take a break. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network, and we'll return to more hockey action in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Ronick. You're watching high school hockey on Metro Chicago Sports Network.
Fisher got a shot away, coming right out of the slot. Icing against the Trevians. You didn't miss anything while you were away in those messages. And they couldn't line up straight. They'll do it over again. There's the face-off brought over here to the near side. And they'll push it along there. Centering pass, missed connections, and knocked down by Harley Fisher. Fisher fed it to the corner, give and go back for Fisher, and that missed connections. Class right in for Fisher, serving something of a screen in front, right into the slot. Couldn't get the shot away. Brought to the near side, and Trevians having trouble busting it out of the zone, controlling it in the attack zone too. Lifschultz gave it to Harley Fisher, who backhanded it into the zone over to the far side. Now the Trevians bring it back up in. Seefeld shot ran into traffic, brought to the far side and cleared out to center ice. Near side. Harley Fisher right into the slot and cleared out to center ice. Malmstrom tried to find it to the far side, couldn't do so. Harley Fisher, he got bumped. Marte and cleared. Dave Lifschultz up to Alan Zaire off the stick blade. Ori to the far side, fed it ahead. Mackay, Zaire, brought on over to the near side. Alan Zaire, or Aaron Mackay rather, in the corner. Tried to find Ori and had his pocket picked and cleared by the Trevians. Kless has it back behind the goal. Played with high stick. Finally whistled it down on Glenbrook North. 1:40 to play here in the period. 1 minute 40 seconds to play. 4-1 in favor of the Spartans over the Trevians. High school hockey, yours here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Alan Zaire with Marte. Marte came up with it. Kless behind the net to the far side, out to the point. Alex Grunfeld. Grunfeld into the zone. Dribbled through, and Lewin has it. Lewin clears it ahead. Bernier, Matt Bernier. Jamie Ori. Zaire out to the point, held in by Lewin with 1 minute to play here in the period. Marte has it on the far side, and Grunfeld gave it to Zaire. Zaire with the shot, that's wide, and Eaton got creamed by two players coming into the slot, his own and a attacking Spartan. Trevians dribbles towards the goal. Zaire took it away before it got to Herman. Now some pushing and shoving going on over there between Bernier and I don't know who the North player was. Kless, I would like to say, but I'm not sure that it was. Just a few ticks of the second period left here. Near side, out to the point. Nobody there for the Trevians. And Volpe, shot, and a goal! Right through Sam Eaton. Dominic Volpe puts it through the pads of Sam Eaton. And it's 5-1 in favor of the Spartans. Well, Sam Eaton had it in the pad, sort of, and went right through him. to the far side, to the blue line, and the shot ran into a leg as he tried to clear. Ouch, that smarts. And the horn sounds into the period. At the end of the second period of play, the score is the Glenbrook North Spartans 5 of the new Trier Trevians green team 1. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Welcome back. All set to get underway with the third period of tonight's action between the new Trier Trevians green team, a demoralized new Trier Trevians green team, and the Glenbrook North Spartans. The Trevians have had discipline problems, and it has cost them. I understand they may also have some grade problems thrown in here on top of that. So there may be some players that, when their disciplinary suspension is over, will have additional suspension for grade problems. And the Glenbrook North Spartans have lost just one game in the last 2 years of the regular season. Though last year, getting to the state, by state time, and really into the Metro playoffs, they ran out of steam. Just didn't have the legs to hold it. Just underway here in the third period. Weinberg out to the point. That's Ori with the shot. And held on by Eaton through the maze of traffic. New Trier with their new, as in this is their first year wearing these new uniforms, blue traveling uniforms. The away team wears the color. The home team wears the white jersey. Kaluzna, Wolf, into the zone. Ori. Fed it to the near side. Bakai. Wolf. Steve Wolf into the zone. Drop past it. Lewin to the far side. Seefeld. Kaluzna. Grunfeld back behind the goal. Near side, shot save, rebound, shot save. Seefeld got that one away in the slot. Nice shot going down on his knees. Far side, or near side rather. Aaron Bakai clears it ahead. Here's a little break up the ice. It's going to be a tripping penalty on Heath. A little obvious. New Trier minor to Bill Heath, a minor for tripping. Heath, a minor tripping. We are just into the third period of tonight's action.
Green penalty number 45. He's 2 minutes for tripping.
Out to the point, held in by Kless. Trevians to the goal. Backdoor shot, a goal! That's the hat trick for Max Fisher. Max Fisher with the hat trick. And just that quick, it's a 6-1 Glenbrook North lead. You can tell, just look at the way New Trier is setting up on the ice for the faceoff. Just how demoralized they are. Or more directly, how lack of intensity is hurting New Trier. And they get like this, and there isn't anything anybody can do. And today, particularly with the assistant coach gone, Keller, there's a shot. Nearly kicked in, and that's moved. We got a penalty coming up for a hooking on Glenbrook North. Grabbing hold of Bernier as Bernier went to the goal on that 2-on-1 break. Dave Lifschultz, a minor for hooking. Patience to the far side. There's the shot. Grabbed and held on by Herman. He still has nothing to do with it, and now he'll hold it with Bernier in on Herman, and now a little jawing going on. Fisher and Bernier, the draw won by Fisher, Max Fisher, and cleared the length of the ice by the Spartans, who are penalty killing. Near side, Keller. Keller sets up the play. Up ahead, overled the pass. Back to the near side, John Patience will dump it in. Ori on that far corner. Bernier. Keller brought it to the near side. And the puck frozen in that corner, right in front of one of the TCI cameramen over there. Don't forget the All-Star Game is coming up. The Metro North All-Star Game is February 6th. That's a Sunday evening. Here at this rink, which is the Northbrook Ice Arena, the Ice Center, Sports Center, Sports Complex, whichever they're calling it for this week. But that's where it will be. The junior varsity game at 7:30, or 7 o'clock, I guess that is, 7:30. And the varsity game at 8:45. There's a shot, a goal! Rick Seefeld puts it home. Herman was down and out of control. Seefeld with a little backhander from the slot. And it's 6-2. So the tail of the tape on this game. Max Fisher with a hat trick. His first goal coming just 7 seconds. Less than 20 seconds anyway, let's call it, into the game. Seefeld. Back behind the goal. Seefeld with the goal for the Trevians. Here now. Making it 6-2. Heath trying to dump it into the zone and cleared right back out. Beersald, Wolf, and a whistle. I'm not sure exactly why. A hand pass, perhaps? Something. Oh, the net is dislodged. A lot of time left to play here in the third period. 10:29 to play in the period. And the net dislodged. Dave Albee is the other linesman. I wondered when I'd get a hold of, figure out who that other linesman was. My mind turned blank here, and I couldn't read the names on the jerseys. Dave Albee and Don Allard are the two linesmen. Dave is a recent resident of this area. He comes from New York and has just moved here. Near side, Bakai tried to get around Patience and couldn't do so. Right in the front, shot save. Shot by Bakai, who's the number 2 scorer in the Metro North, behind Guillaume Bourget. Oh, shot just wide by Keller. Puck was left out in front, and Duture took 3 little swipes at it, and then the shot by Keller was wide, and now Marte tried to center it. Now ahead for Grunfeld, and that disconnections. Back goes Malmstrom. Zare. Flip down into the zone, back behind the goal line. Herman, near side. Pop free, and now Malmstrom into the slot. Ori. Jamie Ori. Fed it to the far side, now into the zone. There's the shot, a goal! I think, yeah, goal by Max Fisher. Although Jim Votanik has not called it, I don't think. The linesman setting up over on the far side now. Maybe it isn't a goal. They're checking it. Now there goes Jason Romero over to ask. I think that nobody saw it go in among the officials. Votanik is over to talk to Albee, and Don Allard will join in on that too. They're talking to it now. Here comes Jim Votanik, and it will be called a goal. Goal by Max Fisher, his fourth. Actually, it looked like it went in twice. Went in the first time, up and in over the shoulder, and then it looked like it went in the second time, rolling back behind Sam Eaton. Tried to bring his glove out with it, but I think it was underneath that way too. I'm not exactly sure, but which one of those is being called the goal, but in any case, it is a goal, and it's 7-2 in favor of the Spartans over on the far side. Now here's Jason Romero. His shot was busted up by Wolf right into the slot. Seafelt, and Max Fisher with a good head of steam into there, nearly got his fifth of the game. Wolf into the zone. Steve Wolf on the backhand. Tried to pass it, didn't know what to do with it. Now Harley Fisher. Harley Fisher. Near side. Romero. There's a shot boomed high and wide. We've got a penalty coming up for hooking. Jason Romero. Jason Romero, a minor for hooking. Games that are this distant in numbers between the two have a tendency to get a little out of hand. We'll see how this goes. Glenbrook North has been a much improved team after their winter break as far as penalties go. They have not been running at quite the same clip they had before. Keller fed it ahead. Here's Malmstrom into the slot near side, back out to the point. Patience, far side. Heath back into the zone, deep for the Trevians. They set it up. They have the man advantage. Back behind the goal. Nice box by Glenbrook North there. Patience. There's the shot, the save by Herman, and he holds on. The playoffs are coming. The first round of the playoffs begin technically, I guess that's the second week of February. And of course, this year, the state championship, and once again at Chicago Stadium. And it's looking more and more like it may well be all Metro North that make it to the state, although that's not, of course, necessarily true. There's a lot of hockey in between. We've got a couple of more seasons, as it were. The second season is the Metro playoffs. The third season is the state playoffs. So we still got a lot of hockey yet to go. We haven't even finished the first season, the regular season. Cleared out and back down into the Spartans end of things. Kless. Here's the shot. That's wide by Malmstrom. Near side. Kless and Malmstrom. Keller. To the far side. Now there's a centering attempt, and that's a weak shot that's a little wide. Kelly wraps it around to the far side. Lifschultz. Marte. Looking for the wraparound. Now into the slot. Back out to the point. There's a shot. That was knocked down by Kless. Glenbrook North doing a good job of jamming up the slot. There's a quick shot off the post. Or no, Herman got a glove on it. And the penalty over. Teams are back copacetic at full and equal strength. You know, one thing about Metro North and what makes our teams a little stronger, and certainly a little stronger this year, is the fact that we don't allow players to play in multiple leagues. You can only play for your high school team, and I think that makes a big difference, certainly this year, because I think when you look at a team like Fremd, who might well have some talent there, the players stay for half a game. They go off to play for the Chargers. They go off to play for Team Illinois or whatever team that is that some of those players play for. And because of that, there's a tendency that they don't care what happens in the high school team. I mean, you know, you go to a state championship game and half your team disappears for half the game because they're running to go somewhere else. I mean, that does play a major difference. Now, the problem is with our high school teams is that we have to spend more time in instruction, and that instruction has got to include ice positioning and skills development a little bit more, I think. I mean, you know, I'm talking on my own personal opinion on such subjects. Near side. I mean, we have a tendency to flow it a little bit more and kind of our ice positioning is more ice positioning in the attack zone and things like that, trying to teach kids to stay in the slot and that sort of ice positioning, but there's a lot more to it than that. Ori into the zone. There's a shot, ran into traffic. I just remember the other player that was out on the suspensions, Pat Dahl. There's a shot for New Trier, that is. I knew I had 7 guys out. I just forgot who the 7th guy was. Only took me a period and a half. Leave me alone. Mine's the first thing to go. Terrible thing to waste. Offside against New Trier? No, something back behind the play. Whistled down. We've got coincidental roughs. Something that happened back deep in the play, deep in the New Trier zone. Pearsall.
The Trier penalty number 29, Pearsall, 2 minutes for roughing.
No, take that back. A single roughing call on Matt Pearsall. So somewhere back there, he tried to take a sneaky punch on somebody, and he got caught for it. New Trier penalty, a minor to Matt Pearsall for roughing. And the Trevians down by 5 goals or penalty killing here. Jamie Ori gave it to the far side, Romero. Back behind the goal. To the far side, back out to the point, to the near side. Max Fisher. Keller up ahead for Bernier. Centered. And Herman had some trouble with it. He tried to flip it ahead and ended up back on his stick, and so he clamped it down and held it. Cold winter's night, what better place to be than an ice rink? I mean that sincerely. I'm not being sarcastic. I have a tendency on occasion to say things sarcastically, but not tonight. Oh, it's fun to watch hockey. I don't know that this game's necessarily been a well-played one, but it's fun to watch hockey games. Weather like this. Bring back some glory days of my own. Remembering the Roar down at Chicago Stadium. Bobby Hull and Stan Mikita and those guys back in those times. In the glory days in the late 60s. I do remember a couple of those games. Remember one with Boston and the Blackhawks where about 1970, something like that. Is that an extra puck out there? Looked like it. Kless into the zone. Yeah, that Boston Blackhawks game that I remember. So it took like an hour and a half to play the first period. Back in the days when CBS had a game of the week. And it was the game of the week, and poor CBS, it had a basketball game or something they were supposed to cover afterwards. They never did get to that because it took a whole game to play just the first period with all the fights. They've got a penalty coming up, I think, on Harley Fisher. Fisher and John Patience, and Fisher none too pleased with it. I think it's Harley Fisher that got the penalty. He's standing there on the ice pretending that it wasn't him. No, it wasn't Harley Fisher. Looks like it's Max Fisher, maybe. Faceoff comes outside the zone.
Glenbrook North penalty number 6, Stephen Kless.
That's Steve Kless. A minor for tripping. Something that happened out at the point. Or on the near side. Near side now for New Trier. And cleared ahead and overled. That's Ori on the far side. Dumped it back into the zone. 2 minutes and change left to play here in the third period. 7-2, favor of the Spartans. Give and go play, cleared out ahead. Here come the New Trier Trevians into the zone. Picked up by Lifschultz. Lifschultz fed it out for Malmstrom. Malmstrom fed it to the near side. And now brought back down into the zone. And right back out and cleared the length of the ice. Beersall, whose penalty is over, brings it to the near side and overled the pass for Wolf. Lewin. Heath. Back to the far side. Patience got it into the zone. Lifschultz forechecking. Or defensively, rather, for the Spartans. Near side, Ori. Out to the point. Heath with the shot. Ran into traffic out front. Either Lifschultz or Seefeld. Seefeld back behind the goal, but Ori got there first. Cleared out and cleared the length of the ice by the Spartans. Less than a minute to play in the game. Heath takes it to the far side. Keller ahead for Wolf. There's the shot, the save by Herman. As Volpe slid by to give the opening. And we'll have the face-off right here on the near side. Wellstrom into the zone. There's the shot, the save by Herman, and he'll hold on with a Trevian skating by. Who was that? Bernier. Keller says something over there. Keller and Bernier. And now Keller gets a penalty, apparently, for unsportsmanlike conduct. He said something to Herman and gets an unsportsmanlike. And there's another one, a coincidental unsportsmanlike on Zaire, Alan Zaire. The coincidental minors. Somebody said something. Kurt Wittenberg has the assistant coach for the new Trier Trevians, has been the head coach tonight for Dave Cromer. And an inauspicious first head coaching position tonight. Maelstrom. And the horn sounds ending the game. And a little chawing at the end. The final score, the Glenbrook North Spartans 7 and the new Trier Trevians Green Team 2. This has been a presentation of the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast this evening. And until next week, when our game is the Loyola Maroon team versus Evanston, we say, as always, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast, and so long, everybody.